I've been afraid to tell this story about my Mormon uncle-in-law, but I don't care anymore, so here we go. A year ago, I started a collaboration with Public Data Check, started doing videos for them, and of course got like the premium account for free so I could background check everybody and learn every little detail about every human being that I know, which, by the way, I have to say is remarkably satisfying. I know this is not in any way a sponsored video. This is a Jenny story time. So one day I was just sitting at my desk, background checking a whole bunch of different people, and my Mormon uncle-in-law calls me for something totally unrelated and asks, "What are you up to, Jenny?" And I told him, "Oh, I'm just on my computer background checking everybody that I know." And boy, let me tell you, I am finding some dirt. By the way, this Mormon uncle-in-law of mine is in his 60s. He has this big, beautiful family full of fairly successful children. He lives in my hometown. He goes to church every single Sunday. On the outside, he's a business owner. He looks so great. Now, I know that he's been divorced a couple times. So our Mormon uncle-in-law just goes dead silent on the other end of the phone. And he says, have you background checked me? And I hadn't even thought about it. I didn't care. He's not one of the people that I care what his background is. And also, like, he's so Mormon-y, like, I would have never thought to background check him. Like, he seems great. So I kind of laugh and I'm like, ha, should I? Like, what would I find? And immediately he starts dumping all of this, like, Jenny, I just have some things that I need to explain. And he's like, so I know that there's one report that looks so bad, but you don't understand. She wouldn't let me into my own house. And then my toddler was just in the way. So he starts like spilling all this dirt on himself that obviously like totally piqued my interest. And then I told him I had to go because I was getting in the car to drive to Trader Joe's. It's like, you know what? I don't really care. I'm not going to background check you. I promise. Like, I don't care. And I got in the car and I'm driving to Trader Joe's and he wouldn't let me off the phone. He was just like going on and on and on about all this stuff. So I finally was like, I have to go, hung up. Did my Trader Joe's shopping the whole time going, what skeletons are in this man's closet? Get home. I couldn't help myself. I had already promised him I was going to background check him. Like, I wish that I could post what I found. I think that would be illegal, even if I obscured his name and stuff. It is like 30 years of domestic violence, property destruction, and the reports are like, broke into the house of soon-to-be ex-wife, assaulted her. So he'd have all these multiple charges of like assault, theft, destruction of property. And I mean, literally, like, I saw like the first page full and I'm like, oh my God. And then I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And he's done this not just to one or two, but like 3 ex-wives. By the way, he doesn't believe in schmecks outside of marriage because he's a good Mormon boy. So if he's in love with somebody, he marries them so that he's not committing immorality. If I remember right, this all went down in like November of this year when I background checked him. It is now late July, and we used to talk all the time and see each other at like family barbecues and stuff. He has not shown up for one single thing. He has not shown his face anywhere that I would possibly ever be. I have never heard from him again. He lives just a couple miles away from me. I used to hear from him all the time. His daughter is really good friends with my stepdaughter. Haven't heard from him. I never even told him that I had background checked him. When I got off the phone with him in Trader Joe's, that is the last conversation that we've ever had. And I'll be honest, like, I don't know if we ever spoke again what I would possibly say. What do you say?